Today we're going to do a review of the Avengers Hot Toys Hulk MMS 186, the biggest Hot Toys I've seen by far. As usual, we're going to take a look at the box. Just nothing special here, just a simple Avengers box with their line of theme. And this is the back as well, not so much going on there. So we'll move forward to the accessories, and normally this is the part where I spend most time in, because most of the Hot Toys have a lot of accessories except for this one. It only has a pair of extra hands. As you can see, it's an open palm hands. You would wonder why, it doesn't even come with a stand. But hey, you know what, the figure itself is huge, so I guess it makes up for it. But moving on, this extra pair of hands is pretty cool. Yeah, it's articulated. Since it's so big, it's pretty much the size of a torso for a normal Hot Toys. The details is pretty good as well. You can see the fingernails, some green detail, dirt on them, and also it's in conjunction with the texture of his skin, as you can see there, and it also has like veins popping out, and those little holes, I believe they're for articulation for the fingers, so you can bend them freely. While I'm doing a full shot, you're asking yourself, this guy doesn't come with accessories, stand, nor clothing to spice things up. So what does this guy offer? Well, what he offers is, he's standing almost 19 inches tall. So what he lacks on, some accessories, he makes it up for his size, because this would fill up your display cabinet. And also what I believe is Hot Toys did an amazing job on making this figure proportionate to the other Avengers figure, because when you line them up together, you really get the sense that he stands out and you got the Hulk on that Avengers lineup. Since this is a bare figure, it doesn't really quite have the enigma of, let's say, Iron Man. You can talk about the details of his armor. He is kind of bare. Well, he is bare, there's no way around it. He doesn't have any armor to talk about, so mostly the details would come from his muscles, the veins, as you can see there, a little bit of chest hairs, I would say. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out to be. The one major flaw of this figure is the joint showing up. In this case, it's only the shoulders. I mean, it's not that bad. I understand Hot Toys stand, they try not to show any joints, but it's a trade-off between having much articulation and not having any joints showing at all. I mean, they did a fairly good job on the elbows. I believe this is a new technology that they're gonna do moving forward now, as they're implementing it with the Thor light armor version, which it doesn't show any joints on his elbows. You see now, we're going to take a look at the back part of this figure. So you can see his muscles bulging out, and also they did a really good job on the shorts, like just, I guess, weathering it up. There's really not much you can do here. A lot of collectors take out there's a black shorts underneath this purple shorts, and that causes stain, which I already have one. If you bend your Hulk a little bit, or maybe more if you do an ab crunch on him, because it rubs off to his belly, which causes that black stain. I mean, you can find videos on YouTube and all that stuff, but I decided not to take mine off. Maybe down the line, but it's really up to you. But like I said, just the definition of his muscles are just, as big as this figure is, it's pretty well articulated, I must say. They try, like I said, they try to hide this joints as much as they could, and I would say they did a fairly good job. So you can see, you can bend your elbows. It has create this small crease, which I'm not sure if it's good over time if you leave it in this particular pose, since it's rubber. I'm pretty sure it's gonna rub off somehow. The hands have some articulation on it. There's the head moves up and down, not a whole lot. You can move them left and right. Also, there's an ab articulation, not so much as well, because this is a big figure, and his legs can move up. I'm pretty sure you can extend it more, but I'm kind of scared, because like I said, it's a big figure, and every time you try to move one of his joints, you can hear a popping sound like a mechanism, I guess, because it's so big that it makes that kind of noise. One of the greatest assets of this figure, it's the head sculpt. So many things going on in the head sculpt, so many right things, amazing details. Right now I'm trying to focus on the eyes because it's unbelievable. The glassy look, the green iris pupil on his eyes is just amazing, and also the hair is also not noteworthy. It's really nice how it's frosted and the details on it. Also his teeth. Once you see it in person, it feels like a real human teeth. I mean, the paint that they use, the glossiness, everything is just amazing. And also you can differentiate the look of this Hulk. It feels like a Ruffalo Hulk. It doesn't look like, I mean, they all look the same from afar, but this one really looks like the one in the movies. Another cool feature of this figure is something that you would normally find in a DX figure, which is the purse system. This one is not called the purse because it's not both at the same times. They have separate control for the eyeballs, and it's being connected via magnet, just like the DX11 Joker. So I mean, it looks pretty cool here. It looks like Hulk Hogan. But yeah, it's a really nice feature. I guess Hot Toys decided to include this feature because of the lack of accessories and all that stuff. But like I said, there's really not much accessories that you can put on the Hulk, so I guess purse or whatever you call it is a welcome addition into this figure, because yeah, and when you do some certain movements, and it's nice to change the eyeballs, especially on some poses that you wanna do in this figure. And it's the hair is seamless as well, so you barely notice it. Right now I'm just doing a size comparison of the Hulk to an ordinary Hot Toys figure, which is, you got Iron Man, who's a decent size, I would say around 12 inches, a little bit more, and then Catwoman, who's really tiny because she's a female. But as you can see, they feel like Barbie dolls compared to this Hulk figure, and not by just just the height, like I said earlier, but also from his massiveness, his arms, his legs is all proportioned. That I would say that it's accurate to the movie. Hulk is really bigger than the rest of the Avengers, but not that big as giant big, but in this case, just massive, really massive. Hulk is such an iconic figure that you don't need the rest of the Avengers to have him in your Hot Toys collection. But there's a lot of pros and cons attached to this figure, and one of them is the height. Because of that, you need to adjust your shelving, especially if you have the tall. You need to adjust to a proper height so it would fit. And one of them is also the price, because it retails for $2.99, and you probably won't buy it for that price anymore. On Big Bad Toy Store, they're selling it for $3.79. I would personally wait till next year, so that they come out with a bundle that comes with a Bruce banner on it. Now it's up to you if you want to sell banner on eBay or in a forum, but you would save more money on doing so than buying Hulk separately. With that being said, I bought this figure. I'm really happy that I did the purchase. I was hesitant at first, but overall I'm happy and satisfied. One of the best figures that I have. I probably won't sell this unless they come up with a better version down the line.